Welcome back to Hoochos. I have no problem admitting that I make mistakes. And in the interest of the integrity of this channel, I'm re-uploading this video with more information regarding the events that happened after the install, as well as how to install it correctly. I had some input from viewers, professionals in the industry, and they recommended that I continue the silicone all the way up over the cowling and over the top of the screws. I was actually away for a few days on the Gold Coast and it was beautiful, but then it wasn't. And it started absolutely bucketing down and I hadn't had a chance to finish the silicone over the top of the cowling. And what happened was I had water ingress into the van through the screw holes in the top of the cowling. One other thing that I'll add just before we start, a thing that I changed now that I cannot, is I would paint the cut edges with a rust-proof paint sealer, just so that if you do have any ingress, you won't have this happen. Alright, so let's get to it, and here's the edited video. If you've seen it before, skip to the last few minutes, and I'll have the pictures of the final product. Cheers. There's an old Hoocho proverb that roughly translates to, you don't know fear until you've drilled into the roof of your car. Welcome to Hoochos. Today we'll be installing a maxxair maxxfan Deluxe with power lift into the top of our van. So the aim of this fan install is to create circulation within the van that will automatically pull hot air out the top of the van and give us a nice cool or warm interior depending on the environmental conditions outside the van. I've been procrastinating putting this fan in for about a week now, putting it off just because I've done an install on the roof of a van before, and cutting into the roof of a vehicle is just the last thing that anyone wants to do. I'd much rather have someone else do it and make the mistakes and hide them under a ton of silicone than me know what lies under that silicone. But I'm gonna do it. So let's get to it. It actually makes more sense for me to get onto the roof of our house and then make my way over to the van to do the work on the roof, because the van is so high. So I'll park the van up close to the roof of the house, and I'll make my way onto the van roof, and we'll mark out and measure where we want the fan to go. And internally, it's just lucky that there is a space between the internal lights that gives the perfect amount of room for the fan to sit in. All right, I wasn't sure what was under this, and I'm relieved to find out that it's bare metal under this. So that's the roof. I thought that there may be a void and I'd have to deal with ribs coming across, which actually surprises me that this is just a bare metal roof, because it seems like it would need more support than that. But so I can drill straight through this and then just jigsaw it. Now, because I don't want to be going up and down the ladder all day, I've brought up everything that I think I'll need. Undoubtedly, I've forgotten something. So, what I'll be using to start with, I'll be cleaning the roof with methylated spirits and a rag, and then I'll be marking out, just with a Sharpie, the area that I'm going to cut out from the roof. At that point, I'll use a drill with a drill bit large enough to fit in a really good quality jigsaw blade, and I'll use a jigsaw to cut out the hole in the roof. Now underneath this hole I've actually put core flute in a V so it catches all of the metal shards and anything that comes loose when I cut the hole, just so that I don't have, crap throughout the van. The silicone I'll be using today is a Sikaflex 221, which is a heavy duty adhesive sealant. So it both sticks and seals. This is something that they use on the chassis of trucks, and it's a white one, so it'll blend in with the fan and the van color. Alrighty, I'm going to clean this up, mark it out, tape it up, and then we'll see how it looks. This is it. There's insulation. I didn't expect that. So there's definitely an internal cavity. It is? Is it cutting? I'm done with this. Just kidding. They're kind of not. uh, that was painful. That was so painful. Make sure you clean your roof well, because you don't want any metal shards getting into your guttering where it can sit and rust and cause problems later down the track. So down there is the reason why I use the core flute, just to catch all the metal shards that would have gone into the van otherwise. So here's what it looks like. It's not a bad cut. Could have done better, but as you can see, it has insulation, and I went straight through a rib as well. Oh, it's snug. Look at that. I'm really happy with that. The good news is, internal sleeve fits perfectly. Now I'm just going to apply the silicone to the underside of the roof fixture. Then I'm going to place this in the orientation that I want it. Pre-drill out all the holes, because trust me, you want to pre-drill them. It'll make your life a whole lot easier. And hopefully the rain that's been threatening me the whole time I've been doing this stays away. Not too mad about that at all. Now I'm going to feed this through the roof so that I can connect the maxxair up to the 12 volt wiring. Now it's all wired up, we can go on the roof and drop it into place. In the manual it says to drop it in the open position, so that's what I'm going to do. Now we've just got 4 screws that go into the side that actually help make a seal in the unit and pull the fan down into the seal. And this is definitely one of my favorite things to do. And we just slide on the cover. Throw the batteries in the remote and give it a go. So that's pulling air in. Turn the speed up. This is pulling air out. Yes, that's the one you want. That's it closed. Last thing to do, we'll mount the remote, which also has a nice little thermometer on it. Well, there you have it. It's done, thankfully. That was one of the harder installs, just because it was tedious. Wasn't very enjoyable, and it presented a lot of challenges. Even though it went off kind of without a hitch, it's just scary putting a hole that size in your van. Anyway, it's done now, and I can turn the fan on in my van at the press of a button. So I hope you enjoyed that install. There's more like it on my channel. If you like the video, thumbs up. Subscribe for more. And I'll see you next time on Hoochos.